All right, hey team, we're going to gear up and do some martial powers today. We're building an Izzet Artificer today using the martial power system. So give me a moment here to check my signal. I'm going to update. I'll go through my intro spiel, and then we'll get to work here for a couple hours. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. All right, sounds like I'm coming through okay there. Got a timer going here. There we go. Cool. Let's see. I'm going to hit the Discords, Reddit, and as well as Reddit, Discord, Twitter. Right. So let me go through those bits here real quick, and then we'll actually get to work here. So hold on here real fast. It takes me a few moments. So I'm going to go through a distracting introduction to keep your curiosity peaked while I clumsily punch through a bunch of numbers. So hey, my name is Phil Kearney. I create role-playing games, I illustrate them, and I publish them online. And I've been focusing my attention on Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition for the past 5 some odd years. There are a slew of links in the description down below. You can see covers here of books that I've created that have been published on DMsGuild.com. In the link down below, there's extensive previews for all the work that I create for you guys to check stuff out. If you think it's cool, consider picking up a couple copies of different things to help pay forward for the next books that I'm creating right now, which would be this Spelljammer Combat and Exploration book that I've been streaming in the mornings, Monday through Saturday. But most relevant right now is the Color Mana Spell Point variant rules, as well as the Pacts and Patrons of Ravnica. Pacts and Patrons of Ravnica is basically it's taking the Ravnica campaign setting and creating a separate otherworldly patron for each of the 10 guilds, corresponding with the colors that they have. There's also additional pack boons and about 30 different invocations there for you to lean into the Ravnica flavor of how warlocks can basically be guild mages in the Ravnica setting. So I'm going to rearrange that so we get that out of the way. Hey, I've got a Discord channel you can check out. I just posted to Reddit, so thanks a lot to the Ravnica DMs channel. Fantastic Reddit to hang out in. And if you're interested in following me on Twitter X, if you happen to be using that platform, you can find me at Phil Kearney. Best way to help support the growth of the channel is to like, subscribe. Thanks a lot. We picked up more subscribers this morning. Thanks a lot. Subscriber, let's see, like, subscribe, bell icon, get notifications. Let's see, books are down here. My Discord is here. You can follow me on Patreon here, where I always have my playtesting stuff listed. And you can get notifications again at Twitter. So let's see, Martial Powers playtest content. If you click that button, it'll take you to my Patreon. You don't have to be a member to have access to this post. If you click on the YouTube stream, you'll be right here, right now. Hey guys. Otherwise, if you click on the Martial Powers link, this is a read-only document. If you request access to it to copy or to edit, then it assumes that you want to be part of the e-newsletter that we'll send out to give notifications about this when it publishes. So if you're not interested in getting the e-newsletter, then don't request access to edit and copy this document. It'll be on the DMs Guild like everything else is I have down below once it's available. And if you do get notification or an email, then you're welcome to click unsubscribe if you, for some reason, don't want to get stuff from me. But if you're clicking in this to get edit and copy access, obviously you're interested. So, hey, jump on board like for reals. So let's see. We're going to parse out. Here's the Martial Powers thing. This is the 100 some odd page document that we're working on right now that you see me work with. Right now, I'm going to take this down to the end of the document where we have our playtest content being developed. Beep, 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 beep. I don't have anything set up right now, so I'm just kind of clumsily bashing our way through the document right now. Izzet Artificer. There. And we're going to take this. We're going to copy all of this business. Oh, yeah, we had the XYZ already. Cool. So Izzet Artificer is next. We're actually going to go with a goblin this time around. And background is going to be Izzet League. Artificer, TBD, don't know yet. I think we're going to go strength stays at 10. We're going to take intelligence to 16 plus 3. see, 16, 14. A 14 sounds like we should be here with a +2. Wisdom can be an 8 with a -1. 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6. Cool. I gotta say, Charisma's been getting the tail end of almost every build so far, but it is what it is. So cheers to that. We're gonna have to build, take some time to build this. So let's get into here. We'll go down to Dragon. We're gonna do Artificers. First thing we're gonna need is the Izzet Power List. Actually, yeah, we don't need Izzet background because they use the normal background from the player's handbook. So give me a second, we'll jump into that. Here's our list of powers. Let's go to it's been a while since we've actually looked at Artificer, and I feel like Artie's kind of fallen behind the curve of power. I think with this power system in place and where full casters are at, Artificer's kind of like on the low end of power right now. So if that's the case, I want to spruce this guy up a little bit. I don't want to jump into any conclusions, but I definitely want to look at where it's sitting. So multi-classing, mana crystals, Artificer variant. We'll get to that in a second. Let's see. Have our normal progression here. And I don't think we need that right now, but we do need to be here for the Gruul clan. Izzet League, very good. And then we'll go back to the top, so we'll be into the Artificer. We'll use this for feats. Here, here, and here. We'll pull this one out to be in Izzet Artificer. Okay, great. So I think we have everything that we need to get started here. So let's see. We're on episode, where are we at? Holy crap, we're far down the pipeline, aren't we? We're currently at episode 114 of this. The full playlist is here in the martial powers. Oh, nope, that's not it. Do I have the full find player continuous powers when coming in contact with? Oh, I don't have the actual full list here. That's odd. I'll add that in. There should be a full playlist here. Anyway, well, you can see that. Episode 114, we've been building this for the past year. I'm hoping to have this published in the later half of 2024. We've got about 3 or 4 months worth of playtesting at the later half of February into March, going till probably June. We might actually see 2024 Player's Handbook by then. The way that we've been building this, it works with 2014, but we're expecting to have things updated in 2024 once we see what actually lands for the updates. But until then, we just got to operate with what we have. So the way that Artificers work in this power system is that you're going to use normal spell casting, but you can gain power options by creating gear that lets you the infusions. You can create magic items with your infusions. And let's see, known items, infused items, right? You know 4 infusions. You can have 2 infused items at a time. So we'll be using the infused items to create gear that can be used to channel powers. We use the same mana resource as our spell casting instead of spell slots. We use the spell point system, hybrid points. 3rd level, you'll have 6 spell points per day. A 1st level spell costs 1 point. A 2nd level spell costs 2. Up to 5th level spells cost 5 at 17th level, and you'll cap off with 40 points in total. So 6th level, that's not bad. That's some decent power, and then we get the extra. We get the bonus powers on top of it. So let's go ahead and start building our Izzets. We're gonna go with what we know we get from the Izzet background using casting as usual. So human, goblin, Fidalkin. Joining the Izzet League. Background is armed with an inventive intellect, a love of magical technology, and an unquenchable energy. You are an enthusiastic participant in the research work of the Izzet League. Though you're likely to begin your career as a mere attendant, You can acquire, you can aspire to become a skilled mage or alchemist, a laboratory supervisor, or even a flamethrower wielding Scourgebringer, tasked with defending Izzet laboratories. The Izzet are obsessive, brilliant, inspired, and unpredictable forces of chaos in Ravnica, and you epitomize all those qualities. So bonus skills, Arcana and Investigation. That's cool. Arcana and Investigation. So let's go. Goblin. Okay, we have Common. Common Goblin. What else do we get? Artisan Tools. One type of Artisan Tools. Let's go with Tinker Tools. Bruff. Let's see. Actually, let's go with Thieves Picks. That's the better. Equipment, insignia, blah blah blah. Feature, urban infrastructure. Popular conception of it is based on mad inventions, dangerous experiments, blah. You have a basic knowledge of the structure of buildings, including the stuff behind the walls. You can also find blueprints of a specific building in order to learn the details of its construction. Such blueprints might provide knowledge of entry points, structural weaknesses, or secret spaces. Your access to such information isn't unlimited. If obtaining or using the information gets you in trouble with the law, the guild can't shield you from the repercussions. Fascinating. Farming and crafting. You have a basic knowledge of the structure. You can also find blueprints of a specific building in order to learn the details of its construction. Such blueprints might be provide knowledge of entry points. Gets in trouble. Huh. You can find them. That's pretty vague, but we'll take it. Okay. Infrastructure. Background feature. No logical construction. Let's translate this into can make intelligence history understand general purpose of any construction observed for 1 minute. Rough blueprints. That is going to come in real handy in the Robo Belt campaign, because if you go spelunking down, like if you find a dungeon or you go spelunking into a dungeon, you can spend a minute to get an idea of what that dungeon is supposed to be. And as once per long rest, you can conjure, as an artificer, you can conjure a floor plan or a rough dungeon map of where you'll be spelunking into. Holy shit, that'd be useful, because there's both vertical and submerged dungeons in the playtest content. Oh, I gotta fix my chair. In the playtest that we're doing, it's in the Rubble Belt, so everything's in ruins. So being able to understand what a structure is won't be intuitive. So having an Izzet Artificer with you would be incredibly useful. And again, when you go, dungeons are both elevated as well as buried. So you're either going to ascend or delve into interior structures. So having like a rough blueprint of what that dungeon is supposed to be laid out as is going to be immensely helpful. I love that. So, well, any Izzet gets that basically. That's the Izzet infrastructure bonus. So it's not just Artificer, it's just anyone in the Izzet League. So the mana pool that you use is going to be, you have a total of 6. It's going to be blue and red mana. So we're going to have to pick apart. Let's go to, let's click on this. Let's go down to our our color mana spell point variant rules bundle here, and let's go to the pay what you want. Now the revised 5 color mana spell list, so we can click on the full page preview here, so we can take a look at all the spells that are on the Izzet list can be cast using blue or red magic automatically, even if it were like to be like say. Bless, for instance, is white only. But if it's on your bonus spell list, it can be blue or red, either color you want. For both the Artificer spells and the Izzet spells. So there's going to be a shitload of spells heading our way that we're going to get for free. Which is fantastic, because we can afford to then spend all of our infusions on learning powers. So, let's see. Let's just keep picking stuff up here. Let's just grab our spell list first. I don't know what archetype we're going to use yet. We haven't figured that out. But we know we're hanging out with, here. Spells. Is that Artificer. These are going to be cantrips. What do we get on our list? What do we get? Gimme. Produce flame, shocking grass. Sweet. Produce flame. Cantrip. You know, I made a realization earlier today that Gruul should not be getting bonus spells off of the... unless they're a half-caster. If they're a pure martial class, they shouldn't be getting cantrips. That was a mistake I was making before. But, like, the ranger does get cantrips. So, paladin does get cantrips. But the other martial classes don't. What is this one? The soul knife? Yeah, soul knife doesn't get cantrips. So I should be... I do like this guy getting them, though. I'm having a brain freeze. All right, let's leave him in place for now. Cantrip. Chaos Bolt. Create or destroy water. Unseen Servant. And then whatever it is that we pick up. So I think that takes care of, because of its unpredictable nature. Spell, chaos, hurl, bloop, blum, 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 blum. There you go. One of those damage types. That's cool. If you roll Turk. Okay. Contacts, not necessarily going to matter. Izzet party. Rank, renown. We don't worry about renown and rank in this playtest, so we're skipping past that. Okay, that takes care of... I'm going to leave that be so I don't get confused. There. Let's go into our Artificer table. Let's pick this stuff up. Magical Tinkering. So we're going to go through our class features, and then we're going to pick out what we want for the Artificer. So we're going to go with Magical Tinkering and We got spellcasting already. 2 is infuse items. Times 2. No. 4. Infuse 2. Specialist, right tool for the job. Right tool for the job. Archetype. No, that's right. That. Timer. Let's see. Spellcasting. What do these things do? Magic tinkering. Remind me. First level, spark, blah, 5 foot. As an action, you can touch the object and in the property early. You can bestow magic upon multiple objects, touching one object each time for use of the feature, though equal to the maximum number of objects you can affect with your feature at one time is equal to your intelligence modifier. You try to exceed your minimum 3. Magical tinkering times 3. Spellcasting, got it. Tools required, okay. Cantrips, yep. Preparing, yep. Magic Artifice, cool. Spellcasting, got it. Infuse. Infusions known. When you gain this feature, pick 4 Artificer infusions to learn, choosing from the Artificer infusion section. Material down below. You learn 1 additional infusions as you move along. Whenever infusing an item, whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch a non-magical object and imbue it with 1 of your Artificer infusions during that turn. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Right tool for the job. At 3rd level, you learn how to produce exactly the tool that you need. The thieves with thieves tools or artisan tools. You can magically create 1 set of artisan tools or in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. Creature requires 1 hour of uninterrupted work, which can coincide with a short or long rest. Though the product of magic and the tools are non-magical, they are vanished when you use this feature again. Okay. Flash of Genius, level 7. Infusions. Spellcasting. Let's go back up into see what proficiencies we gain. Light, medium, and shields. Weapons equal simple. Saves are Constitution. Intelligence. Choose 2. Arcana, History, Investigation. Let's go with History. Arcana, HI, History. Well, hey, 809, how you doing, my guy? You don't owe me anything, man. This is all a volunteer army. I just appreciate you think this stuff is cool. Right now, I am working sleight of hand. I think that works. Sleight of hand. This is a completely different gear that we're in right now. We're working on the Martial Powers playtest. If you check the beginning of the stream, you'll see me walk through a quick intro of how to access this information. It's all a playtest that we're making available. So I'm making sample characters to use in the playtesting. If players show up without a character, or if their character gets killed during the playtest, they can just grab another one and just keep playing. So we're making different types of iconic characters for the playtest using the power system that we've developed, which is an alternate magic system for martial characters instead of casting spells like a wizard and stuff. This is just like in Magic the Gathering, there's enchantment auras, and there's instant effects, and there's sorceries, and there's global enchantments. So, and then instant spells, and then cards like creature cards themselves have like tap to activate or spend mana, and you can do this thing. This is taking that idea of what's on the card, like enchantment auras, artifacts that you can attach to cards, and the different type of mana effects that you can trigger off of a card. This is taking the idea of that for like fighters, barbarians, rangers, like martial type, sword and shield sort of characters, to have that sort of mana resource available as a color mana pool that they could then use to trigger different effects. Spellcasters can just use their spell pool to cast spells. Again, first level spell costs 1 mana, 5th level spell costs 5 mana. At 3rd level, where we're starting the playtest, an Artificer has access to 1st level spells, and we are currently going through the process of finding what spells they have access to. So I'm actually going to use my master list. This is this document that I'm looking at now. If you buy the spell point, anyone out there that's interested in color mana in D&D, if you grab this color mana spell bundle, this book bundle that I have linked in my description down below, right here, if you were to pick this up, one of the things that you get is this Excel document, which has a breakdown of all the player handbook spells, or every spell. And then we go through every spell. There's the Ravnica spells, the Strixhaven spells. I need to add... I don't think Theros has bonus spells. But here's the Artificer list. And we have all of the spell lists in the game, including like Monk, broken down into half-casting classes, Paladin, Ranger, Sorcerer, blah. All the classes broken down. We're going to stick with Artificer, so we'll know we can pick up cantrips and we can pick up spells, but we get bonus spells. So we have to pick out which subclass we want. And I'm not 100% sure on which archetype we want for the... There's only the Alchemist, the Armorer, the Artillerist, and the Battlesmith. Let's look at the Battlesmith. I've done a Kobold Battlesmith before, and I've enjoyed it. Tool proficiency, Battlesmith. You gain proficiency in Smith tools. You can build stuff. You always have certain spells prepared. Heroism, shield's fucking useful. Heroism, shield, branding smite. Branding smite gets replaced with, if we're using the martial power system, we replace branding smite with, what does this one do? It gleams with astral radiance. Right on. That's the radiant spell. So let's grab these real quick. Branding smite won't get until 5th level, but that's useful. Heroism and shield. So those are our starting spells. Do I want to go with Battlesmith? I kind of assumed that I did. Steel Defender. I get a dog. I get a giant robot dog I can ride around. Goblins are small and the dogs are medium, so I can just start running around on my robot doggo. That's useful. Ooh, I should pick up the mending spell because I can fix him. Steel Defender. Yep, there he is. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Battlesmith for the robot dog. Yeah, well, finally go. Yeah, right on, man. Getting close to 300. I did. Thank you. Yeah, let's go with Battlesmith. It's going to give us Heroism and Shield. And then we have cantrips. How do we stack up on cantrips? Cantrips, we start with By 3rd level, we have 2 cantrips, and we know... What, 4 spells? There we go, 4 spells. Okay, so 4 spells and 2 cantrips. That's cool. So let's go to our list of cantrips. Yeah, let's go! Definitely want mending because we can fix our doggo with mending, so that's important. Let's look at the rule behind that again. Buck. BattleSmith. Always have certain spells prepared after you reach particular levels. Doggo, Steel Defender, in combat, and Mindy. If the ending spell is cast on it, it regains 2d6 hit points. If it has died within the last hour, you can use your Smith's tools as an action to revive it. Provided you are within 5 feet of it and expend a spell slot at 1st level or higher. Instead of a spell slot at 1st level or higher, it's actually 2 mana that you would spend. Steel Defender returns to life after 1 minute with all its hit points restored at the end of a long rest. Okay, so mending is super important. Mending, heal, Robodog, 2d6 HP with use. What other cantrip do I want to pick up? Spread the Dying's not bad. Thunderclap. Resistance is useful. Frost. Mending, got it. Poison Spray. Maybe just Prestidigation. Maybe that's all we just need to take. Yeah, Prestidigation is pretty useful. Let's just take that. And then 4 prepared spells. Anyone, who knows? Let's see. Cure Wounds is useful for the team. But Cure Wounds is a white and green, and we're Izzet blue-red. So Cure Wounds, we can't automatically have Cure Wounds because we don't have the right color pool for it. Izzet only uses blue-red magic, and Cure Wounds is white or green. So for us to cheat Cure Wounds into our spell list, we'd have to learn it twice. Once natural, white-green, and then we'd have to learn it again so that we can modify it to be one or the other color, which I'd go with red. 1R. But we already, because if we don't have anyone else on this, I mean, I can change this every time I take a long rest. So every day, I can switch what spells I have. I'm gonna do Cure Wounds, like green. There, like that. I got 2 more spells I can pick up. Grease, Jump, Long Strider. What do I want? I got a dog, so I can run around. Snare, Tasha's Caustic Brew, Purified Food. That's not bad to pick up considering the hunting that we're doing. Grease, Identify is useful because we're in the Wastelands and we're potentially picking up magic gear. That's useful. Expeditious Retreat. Let's just take Detect Magic. That's actually really useful. The Ritual. And what's the last thing I want? I got red, I got blue. Unseen Server is blue / red because I can use either one. 1 blue/red. Chaos Bolt is blue/red. These are all, regardless of what color they were, because they're Izzet, they're automatically going to be, because these are spells that you automatically gain. Archetype feature is Smith tool, proficiency, robot dog. Oh, we already have infusions there. There, so I'm going to take the infusions and actually drop them down. Ton, down here. So, stop it. Thank you. Cure wounds, and what was the last thing we took? Detect magic we have. What else do I want? What else do I need? Alarm isn't... Ooh, alarm's not bad. Fairy, Fire, False Life, Featherfall, Grease, Identify, Lawn Strider, Sanctuary is useful. Let's take Alarm. That's a good defensive spell. Was that blue? Oh, it's white. Fuck you. I can't learn that yet because I don't have enough spell slots. Ugh. Okay, so where's my blues? Where's all my blues at? I got Catapult. That's okay. Detect Magic I took. Disguise Self. Meh. Fairy Fire. Featherfall, Grease. Featherfall is not horrible. Identify, Sanctuary. I guess I'll take Featherfall. Red, blue, 1 blue. So how do I want to break up my mana pool? I've got 6 points, and I can devote as many to blue or red as I want, including none. So I don't have sustained powers. I don't have any martial powers there. When I pick up powers with infusions, I can use any color mana I have on me because they're magic items, not personal casting or channeling. So that frees that space up. But that's... Can't believe I'm fretting on this so much. Featherfall. Let's just go Featherfall. Yeah, Featherfall. There we go. Infusions. Got that. We got our doggo. Archetype. Battlesmith equals Battlesmith. Artificer. Battlesmith. Thieves tools. Smith tools plus any tool after 1 hour spent conjuring. I can conjure any set of tools I want after spending an hour doing so. So I have 4 infusions that I can create. I don't have to worry about down here. Okay, so let's see what modifications we have to the power to Artificer using the power system that we have in place so far. Okay, so if using Artificers with martial powers, instead of spell slots, you can choose the spell point progression provided in Universal Spell Points, which is available for preview. Artificers don't choose powers instead of spells like paladins and rangers. Instead, Artificers can learn powers. Artificers don't choose powers instead of spells. Learn powers. Instead, Artificers learn spells as usual and can learn powers as infusions. So infuse item, replicated power. When choosing infusions, you can choose 1 power up to your max rank to infuse into an item. Artificer level, max rank is 1. Item rarity is common or uncommon. I can know a total of 4. I can create a total of 2 at a time. Each item can hold 1 infused power. So when we go through our list of powers, we'll pick any. There's 209 of them, so we can have any of the cantrip level non-mana costing powers that are listed down below, or anything that is up to first rank, whether the exploits, maneuvers, reactions, strikes, disciplines, strikes, or sustained powers. Doesn't matter. This can only have one per item, so we can know 4, but only infuse 2. Each item holds a number of charges equal to the Artificer's proficiency bonus minus the rank of the item. Ooh, that's nice. Each charge expends 1 use of the item. Once charges equals the proficiency bonus minus the rank. Once charges are expended, they can't be regained. An Artificer must infuse a new item. For example, a 2nd level Artificer with PB plus 2 at 3rd level can create an item infused with a first rank power, which can have 1 charge. At 17th level, with a PB plus 6, proficiency bonus of plus 6 that creates the same item can have 5 charges. If an Artificer or character with channeling levels attunes to a power item, which you attune to automatically when you create it, you can use your mana pool to channel the stored power instead of an item's charge. And the power infused with the item is considered part of your known powers in regards to your max channel limit or stacking effects using the power infused on the item. When a creature uses a power that rolls a power die, the die size is D4 unless the creature has channeling levels or is attuned to the item. It can then use its usual power die size instead. So we'd be able to use a D6 on any power that we have that we create with a infused item. Let's see. We can hand off these items for other people to use, but we're going to be keeping them for ourselves. So here's our options. We have empowered items, which we can't do until level 6. So we have mana crystals. Okay, yeah, we've developed this since then. Empowered weapon, items, simple or martial weapon, magic gains, grants a +1 bonus made with it, and you can choose 1 basic or advanced type of damage the weapon deals when you hit with an attack. In addition to, this is an alternate. Okay, so there's each item, infuse item replicating powers. There we go. That's our primary. And then we have infuse items, Artificer, mana crystal, infuse item, mana crystal, and infuse item. So mana crystal, mana condensed into a small crystal. An Artificer can craft a crystal from magical energy to hold a number of mana up to the max channel limit of the Artificer's infusions. A creature must be attuned to a crystal to use any mana it holds, spending any number of mana at once up to the max limit. For example, a 14th level Artificer can craft a mana crystal that holds up to 4 mana, which can be spent as a single power, channeling 4 mana, or for separate uses of 1 mana each, or any combination. A mana crystal can't regain any lost mana. An Artificer must create a new mana crystal with a new charge of mana. You can create multiple mana crystals with each counting as 1 infused item. That's not enough mana. It needs to have more mana. An Artificer can craft a crystal from magical energy to hold a number of mana up to 1. It should be up to 1 plus the max channel limit. So you're getting 2 mana per crystal. So we'll know mana crystals, infusions. We'll know mana crystals. Let's go digging for infusions. Let's see. Armor of magical strength has 6 charges. Whatever. Boots of no. Enhanced arcane focus. While holding this item, a creature gains a +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. In addition, character ignores total cover when making a spell attack. That's not horrible. Enhanced defense, bonus to your armor class. Enhanced weapon. Simple is a +1. Increases to +2 at 10th. Helm of Awareness, beyond our level. Homunculus Servant. That's useful. Homunculus Servant. Homunculus Servant. Any other infusions that we want? Mind Sharpener is useful. Radiant Weapon, not yet. Repeating Shot, a simple or martial weapon with ammunition property. This magical weapon grants a... Oh, nope, don't need it. We're going to take infusion. We're going to take the sustained power. Where is it? Over here. So this guy's got a decent dexterity. He's a gobbo and he's on a horse that moves fast. So I want to give him ranged attacks. So I want to give him magical gear with range. So we're going to give him ranged skirmisher. While sustaining this power, you gain the following abilities. Strikes can be channeled when you hit a target. Oh, that's what I should do. That's totally what I should do. Let's see. When infusing sustained powers into... When infusing sustained powers, you can lock a number of ranks up to your max channel limit. Doing so does not reduce your max channel limit. Normally you have to concentrate on things that you sustain, kind of like concentration spells. And but if you lock them, normally a character would have to reduce their effective level because they've locked that channel, so they don't have to maintain concentration anymore. So they can maintain multiple effects, but every time you add another effect, it reduces the amount of power that you can channel at once, all the way down to none. So, but the barbarian, while raging, and the monk in general can ignore those features. And I think giving the artificer this little burst of juice is going to help as well. So we're going to want to have the ranged skirmisher. Sustained power equals ranged skirmisher. So we would create a magical. If we infuse. So an artificer, they conjure an item into existence and they infuse power into that item when they do so. And so in this example, say I would take a crossbow. So I build a crossbow, and while sustaining this power, you gain the following abilities with that crossbow. Strikes can be channeled, so I can hit things with strike powers through the crossbow. Strikes can be channeled when you hit a target with a ranged weapon at normal range. You can create temporary non-magical weapons or ammunition for range of your choice while making a thrown or ranged attack, which disappears after finishing the attack. Actually, is the repeating crossbow. If that gives me a bonus to hit, the repeating feature would actually be better. This weapon is a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls, and it makes use of the ranged attack and ignores the loading property. If the weapon lacks ammunition, it produces its own. Okay, so actually the repeating shot is actually better than the sustained power. We'll just go with that. Repeating. Repeating shot crossbow. Light. I have to go with a light crossbow because I'm size small. That leaves open 1 infusion. I don't have a sustained power. I didn't need to take the ranged skirmisher, but I have. So I can only have 2 at 3rd level. Is it 4th level? I have 2. I have up to 3. I'm not sure. Let me double check here real quick. I know. Total items, I get 3 at, Jesus, at 6 levels when I get 3. Okay. 4, 6, whew. 8, 12. Okay. The mana crystal will give me 2 extra. So I have 6 mana normally. The mana crystal will give me an extra 2. That's not horrible. And I don't have to maintain anything for it. The mana crystal is nice. The repeat. Oh. I hate having to make these choices. I want more power. Give me more levels so I can do more shit. What would be a really, really cool, what would be a really great power for this Izzet Artificer to pick up? Trap Springer, when this power is sustained, gain advantage on any intelligence investigation and wisdom perception check to notice traps. That is really useful. You automatically understand the general nature of any traps revealed this way. Trap Springers. Such great flavor. Trap Springer. Sustained power equals goggles of Trap Springer. Or Trap Springer's goggles. How about that? So I would conjure goggles into existence, and I would infuse them with the Trap Springer power, and I wouldn't have to sustain it. Goggles sustain power 1. Equals 2 mana, and the mana can be any color. I don't have to define it. It's just it's considered all colors. So the mana crystals are super useful. So the mana crystals and the sustained powers those are useful. With this power this power is sustained, gain advantage on intelligence investigation and wisdom perception checks to notice traps, and you automatically understand the general nature of any trap revealed this way. And you gain advantage on intelligence or dexterity checks using tools you're proficient with to disarm the traps. So we already have thieves tools, so we can disarm them. We've got a good intelligence and a good dexterity, so that works in our favor. But we do have investigation, so that's really useful. So that's perfect. So we have everything we need to be a good trap springer. In case the team doesn't have a rogue, this artificer would make a great trapsmith. So that's really nice. Sustain power 1. Equals self-locking. What's up? Well, hey, Cash. How you doing? Kashubal. We're building an Izzet Artificer, and we're actually almost done. There's not a lot that has to go into it. So, oh yeah. We got to break up our mana, and we can change how much blue and red mana, how much of our mana is devoted to blue or red whenever we finish a short or long rest. So, anytime we take a rest, we can recalibrate however much mana we have left over through our adventuring day. We can recalibrate that mana. Let's see. I've got a blue, and a red. And I can use blue and red for anything here. The red spell, I can make that Cure Wounds spell any color that I want. I just arbitrarily chose red before I found out what the rest of my mana pool is. So Cure Wounds naturally is white or green magic. And again, an Izzet character only has blue and red. So as is, I can't use Cure. Like if I had white or green magic, then I'd be like, if I was like Selesnya, which is white and green, great. Or if I was Boros, white, red, great. Or Simic, which is blue-green. Fantastic. Cure Wounds, no problem. But because Izzet is blue-red, I have to learn the spell twice. Once just to have it on my list, and then another time to add a third color to it, or whatever color I need. So since the rest of the spells I wanted to pick up were blue, then it's easy, and all the spells that I automatically get are automatically devoted to the colors that my character's devoted to, even if they normally wouldn't be. Like Heroism is normally a white-only spell, but because it's a Battlesmith bonus spell, it's whatever colors my character is normally devoted to. Shield is also a white spell. I think white and red. I don't know. Let's look at it. What is shield normally? I'm pretty sure it's just white. I don't mind being wrong. Shield, white. Yeah, it's white only. So yeah, normally I wouldn't have access to shield because it's white only. I'd have to pay for it twice. But since it's specifically a Battlesmith spell and I'm using Izzet, my blue-red, then this is automatically assigned to devoted to blue-red match, either one. So as it stands right now, I don't need the only color I actually need right now is blue. So I'm going to go with 0. I'm going to go with 0 red. I'm just going to put all my mana into 6 into blue. And the mana crystal, if I pick up an infusion for the mana crystal, and I could put an exclamation point here for this is what I'm using right now, and I'm going to use this here for the repeating shot-like crossbow. That gives me my ranged weapon. I could have a homunculus servant, and I could have a sustained power for trap springer, but I'd have to wait till a long rest to reconfigure that. D. Right on the guy. Glad to have you around. Thanks a lot. I'm liking this guy so far. He's rather utilitarian, but that's kind of how our artificers are. He doesn't have unlimited. He does not have unlimited maneuvers at this level because he's an artificer, not a martial character, so he has that limitation. But he does have the cantrips, which is why I want to take cantrips away from the pure martial classes. But my brain immediately froze when I saw Dimir. So maybe I could pick spells off of the list instead of powers if I wanted to. I'm not 100% on that. We're just gonna let him have them for now. I'm okay with that for now. We'll see how it tests out. If it's too abundant, then we can restrict it. Got my weapons, got my shield. I don't think there's anything else I need to do with this guy. I think he's good. Double checking. Yeah, there's my investigation, so that's good. It's a decent set. Chaos Bolt's useful. Mending, useful for the doggo. Dog moves fast. Robot dog. Let's figure out our doggo real quick, and then we'll be done. That's all we'll need for the day. So kind of short and sweet. Hit points is 2 plus my intelligence modifier, which is plus 3, so that's 5 plus 5 times your artificer level, which is 20. Dex plus saving throw, Dex plus 1 plus proficiency bonus, 2 plus 1. Okay, so that's plus 3 plus 4. No, it's plus 4, plus 3, plus 4, plus 3. Athletics. Plus 4. Perception. Zero plus PD times 2 equals plus 4. I'll skip the blah blah blahs. Vigilant, can't be surprised. Languages, understands me. Force empowered rend. Reaction, deflect attack. The defender imposes... Ooh, good timing. Okay. Fuck all that. Izzet Artificer for more stuff. For more shit. Fuck you. There you go. Alright, so we're going to leave it at that. And how are we looking on time? How are we doing? We've been at this for an hour. That feels about right. Artificer. Super easy. Barely an inconvenience. So with Mana Crystal, we could have the Mana Crystal twice for a total of 10 mana. But the spells that we have don't really warrant it. We don't need that much mana power. Repeating Crossbow doesn't need any. Mana Crystal is 2 extra mana. So we got a lot of Chaos Bolts. We got a lot of Cure. We got some Featherfall. Produce Flame, Shocking Grass, Chaos Bolts. Yeah, we're mostly doing ranged shit against people. So that's pretty cool. All right. That's it. All right, cool. So I don't think I'm going to be here tomorrow. Normally I do martial powers on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at lunch. But I think my work schedule tomorrow, because of the holiday I have today, my work schedule tomorrow at my day job is going to be fucking crazy. So I don't anticipate having martial powers at lunch tomorrow. I won't have a makeup session. So that means that we're going to do Orzhov. We're going to... we'll either do an Orzhov rogue or a monk on Friday lunch. I'm not sure which, but Orzhov is white and black magic, and there's really cool options for both of those. Orzhov X. So that's what we're going to do next time. Here we'll have Rakdos. I think we're gonna do. I think we're gonna do a. I know we're gonna do a Selesnya Beastmaster Ranger. I know for Simic we're gonna do a. We're definitely doing a Simic Monk. Rakdos is either gonna be a war. Maybe we'll do a Warlock for Rakdos. Yeah, let's do a Warlock. So we can dip into the Pacts and Patrons. There's some cool shit in there. Cool. Yep, that's what we'll do. Oh, sorry, Gab. Well, you know, there's only so much I can do at a time. So I'm gonna yeet for now. I'm gonna be back at 7:30 tonight, which will be in about 4.5 hours. We'll be on for a good 2-hour block doing creature token artwork. And, yeah. So that's it for today. We'll come back. We'll do Orzhov. We'll figure out what we want to do for Orzhov. Something will inspire me by Friday to do Orzhov. If I have time to squeeze in Orzhov before Friday, we will. But Friday, Orzhov. And then next week, Rakdos. Oh, there we go. Monday, Tuesday, Friday. We'll have Rakdos. And then we'll have Selesnya, and then we'll have Simic. So we'll be done by Friday. Not this Friday, but the following week we'll be done by Friday. So all the characters we need, all the pre-build characters will be done for the playtesting. And then all we have to focus on at lunchtime like this, we'll start focusing on the enchantments, the enchantment hazards out of the Ravnica card sets. We'll continue converting those. So, but that's it for now, guys. Thanks a lot for swinging by. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys are new out there, anyone that's lurking, that's new, they're interested in color mana in Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, then tap into this stuff. Be welcome to stick around. Check out the books that I have built for it. The color mana spell point variant rules and the Pacts and Patrons of Ravnica. Those both work together to be a very deep, rich Ravnican experience for folks. But I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back in 4 hours. So see you guys then. Cheers. 4.5. 7:30 my time. All right, later, Gators.